Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to deep dive into everything that will be changed on the UE5 update. I have been reading the 9.0 update patch notes and I still haven't finished reading them cause holy shit, they're about to drop a new game. The patch gave me a PTSD of my college days when making an essay took 3 whole days about microbiology. It was one of the worst days of my college years. But let's dissect the patch notes for the major improvements and game changes that they made. And we will start with the recoil. This update will introduce a significant reduction in weapon recoil. And before you start to celebrate, it's not gonna be a Call of Duty type of reduction where you laser people from 10 kilometers away. It's a slight improvement. But it's an improvement, I guess. At least with the long-range fights, now you have a 10% chance of hitting your teammates from long range. I wish they added a keybind for the sorry TK button at least. But no worries, now you can easily hear the distinct gunshot sound of different weapons since we got a reworked audio engine, and this is how it sounds. They also did this with vehicles, by the way. I personally actually like this punchy sound in AK. It feels a little bit better and satisfying. Also, speaking of punchy, you know that annoying screen jolt when you get suppressed, looking like a bubblehead toy every time you get shot at? No, they didn't remove it. Well, they just reduced it by 10%, yeah. They also added player zoom. You know that one feature from that one game that everybody was egging Squad to add? Yeah, that one. But here's the difference. You can only zoom when stationary. They also did this with vehicles too, but only when stationary. As for the weapons, we got some new and reworked weapon changes, starting with the SKS, which looks beautiful by the way. It has 20-round magazine, which I find is a cool weapon, and the M1 carbine, which is from World War II. It's like a relic and also looks cool and sounds great. The Lee infield with its zeroing feature and also a scope for the marksman. As for the pistols, we got the G17 semi-automatic, which looks and sounds cool and plays well with newly added magazines so you don't run out of bullets quickly if you want to live your John Wick fantasy of storming an enemy hap with a pistol. And the G18 fully automatic. Now this one is gonna slap and it's gonna be my personal choice. Now what I found as a really cool addition to the game is the special IED, where you can place a bag filled with bombs and detonate them by firing at them. Imagine the cool moments and clips with this. You can ambush and obliterate enemy lodges, tanks, vehicles with a sniper shot 300 meters away and enjoy watching the fireworks. I love this so much and I can't wait to see what people do with it. Now let's talk about the game's massive graphic rework, which I like by the way, but this isn't just about cranking up the visual settings. This is about an entirely new foundation. A new, complete overhaul of the lighting system. The results? The world look incredibly more realistic. Shadows are deeper, lighting is more dynamic, and everything feels more believable. But this new realism comes with a major downside, guys. The realistic brightness and contrast can make it incredibly difficult to spot enemies. Like this guy right here. Can you spot the hat inside the corridor? No, I bet you can't. What about this one? Look at the difference. We're talking about a guy standing 2 meters inside a doorway, and the lightning makes him completely invisible. It's a huge shift on how you're gonna play and clear corners, and it's gonna be a real huge point of frustration for many. However, there's a positive side from all of this. The vehicle crews out there, you know, the vehicle junkies, well, you got an upgrade with the scopes. Remember that annoying foggy blurry mess you have to use and to deal with all the time? It's gone. Now the UE5 update has reworked the picture-in-picture scopes to draw directly to your screen. This means your scopes are now crystal clear, giving you a much better view without that added fog that used to obscure targets at range, and it's a huge quality of life improvement that makes engaging with long distance targets far more precise, even if the new lightning makes it harder to see them in the first place. Also included in the UE5 update, we got the Canadian Resistance Forces, CRF. This is a new minor faction for the North American biome that uses a mix of civilian and captured military gear, including the unique weapon which is the SKS as I mentioned and the M1 carbine, and their squad leader can deploy up to 3 rallies. This is going to be one of the factions where there's going to be a lot of team kills and a lot of sorries, although Canadians already do that without team killing. Also, we got the Middle Eastern Alliance faction that has been converted into the ground forces of the IRGC, which includes a complete overhaul of their roles, new vehicles, textures, and helicopters. Also, the irregular militia have been reconfigured into a Russian proxy militia. They now have a new set of roles with more modern Russian equipment, a T-72A tank, and a new weapon, the VSS Ventores sniper rifle. Also, a new Pathfinder role, the British, Canadian, and US forces, which is specialized raider class focused on close quarter combat with more automatic weapons and grenades. Other faction changes, several other factions, including the ADF, CAF, PLA, VDA, RGFA, APCD, AFG have received various updates to their roles and vehicles. And it's a scout drone. It's a portable version of a scaled down take on the Commander Quad drone. It can be shot down, has a battery life of 4 minutes, and has a high ammo cost to rearm. However, the best part about it has no cooldown. So if you have the ammo and the kit, you can be that annoying eye in the sky for your squad as long as you would like. Now, we get to the holy grail of the update, the feature that the squad players have been all waiting for, the Commendation Grind. The whole system is built around a forced, almost gimmicky grind. You earn up to 2 Commendation tokens per round. The first one pops up after you've been in the game for 10 minutes, and the second one arrives at the 25-minute mark. You can't just hand them out whenever you want. You have to wait for the game to decide when you have been playing for long enough. And here's the kicker, guys. If you don't give them out before the start of the next round, they are lost forever. Yeah, this is how terrible this fucking commendation system is. This isn't just about rewarding a great squad mate in the moment, it's about forcing you to remember who was good and then giving them a digital pat on the back before the next match starts. It's the most anticlimactic way to give a thank you that I can imagine. The system itself is filled with baffling design choices. You can't give out commendation during the round to keep you focused and immersed. What an absolute joke. Nothing breaks the immersion more than a notification popping out telling me, oh, you have a token to give out, which I then have to remember to use later. It's a completely disconnected experience, guys. What are we thinking here? The developers themselves say the progression has a very long tail, estimating it will take about 2 freaking years to progress. 2 years. Think about it. This isn't a reward for playing well. It's pointless, never-ending grind that feels less like a commendation system and more like a checklist for the game metrics. At the end of the day, this system doesn't fix a single problem. It won't stop the toxic players or the squad leaders who get a mic and then fall silent. Instead, it adds a clunky, mandatory, and ultimately a pointless layer to the game. So this new commendation system is terrible. I'm telling you right now, you guys are gonna see it once you play it. And now for what's arguably the most controversial part of this whole update, the new vehicle physics. They've ripped out the old system, replaced it with the Unreal Engine 5 chaos physics, and I gotta say, it makes the vehicle feel more authentic and behave with realistic weight and traction, but I haven't had a ton of time to test this myself. But in my limited experience, it's been a real mixed bag. I've had some really smooth moments where the vehicle felt like it had a proper weight and momentum, and the other times where my vehicle felt like a balloon and it started flying or flipping on any rock in its way. The good news is, in theory, is that tracked vehicles are supposed to be much better at handling off-road terrain. No more getting stuck on random rocks that barely poking out of the ground, and that the trade-off is that the wheeled vehicles will have distinct advantage on the road, with a higher top speed, but they will suffer more off the pavement. It's a huge change and one that I will definitely take a look at, so be prepared for some frustrating moments as you relearn how to handle every single vehicle in this game. So with the new update coming out in hours, many players are hopping on. Servers can get crowded fast, causing lag spikes, ping spikes, or even disconnects. And I know a lot of you guys like hopping on US or EU servers or even Asian servers, but keeping a low ping so far away can be pain. I live in Asia and I want to play in the US servers, and that's why I use GearUp. This app helped me so much to make content. Like for example, take a look at this US server. I can't play with 171 ping, but when I use GearUp, it reduces it to 71 ping. That's 100 ms difference. You see what I'm saying? It basically smoothes out cross-region play by routing out connection through their own high-speed pathways, so I can squad up with my friends anywhere and jump into a less sweaty regions. Plus, it's even helped me get into some games that are normally region locked, and has many features for ping reduction, lag spikes, and even a server selection menu. And before you jump into the new update, all you have to do is click on my affiliate link in the description or in the pinned comment, download it, and you can use it for free through my link. And you'll get a free trial and you can try it out for yourself. And also I'll be dropping some codes in my Discord server, so you can check that out as well. And let me know your opinions, guys. Are you excited? Are you bummed? And don't forget to subscribe and like and share for more content. I will see you guys soon. Peace.